And then you've referenced in this video and before you've referenced pro wrestling a few times.
Yeah.
I'm a huge mark. I love pro wrestling. Who would be your favorite wrestler of all time, Matt?
So Mark Undertaker is my all-time favorite, as a Mark. However, I'm friends with Ken Anderson, so Mr. Kennedy from TNA and stuff, and we've done podcasts together, and so I genuinely like and get along with Ken. But yeah, Undertaker's probably Undertaker or Foley. So Hell in a Cell match is going to be my all-time favorite thing, even though there's a bunch of others I love.
You mentioned Foley, and that went straight to my heart.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Mick Foley mark.
Have you seen the Santa movie?
Yes.
So you know the big gay Santa that's in the movie?
I think I remember. It's been a few years.
Yeah. There's a big gay Santa who's in the movie, and my ex-wife just absolutely fell in love with him. Well, he is also an antique dealer at an antique mall just north of Dallas. And every time we would drive up to see family for Christmas, we would stop at that antique mall, walk the whole thing. Granted, we loved antique shopping too, but the whole reason was because we wanted to run into big gay Santa. But of course, we were doing it around Christmas, and he's busy. He's not at the antique mall, so we never get to meet him. But yeah, no, I love Foley. There's a lot of guys in the business that I greatly respect, and man, there are some guys, just real talents and workers, and actually, so Ken's running a school for wrestlers up there, and he and I were talking about bringing me up and teaching the guys some stuff, not wrestling, but because I'm a magician, there are notes about how to fool people or how to present something from a theatric standpoint in magic that wrestlers would absolutely benefit from on how to make sure, if you're going to sell it this way. And if you're going to no sell it this way, so that people, you've got everybody both ways. And it's difficult things to teach, because not only do those guys have to be athletic. Anybody who comes to me and says wrestling's fake, I want to clothesline them. It's scripted. It ain't fake. Too many guys are injured, permanently damaged, and everything else for anybody to dare say it's fake.
Died. I mean, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. And well, Owen died from a mishap, and that was that.
The Owen back here. I named my son after Owen Hart.
Oh, that's so sweet. I loved Owen. I loved him as the Blue Blazer. I think he was just about to blow up. Like he was as good as Brett, and it was so tragic. And watching, like Lawler's discussion afterwards. Anyway, enough on the wrestling. We're gonna mark out for a while. Thanks, James.
I'm sorry. I could not resist. You just mentioned it so much that I'm.
No, it's great. I love it. It's just everybody in chat's probably going, "Why are these guys fucking talking?" I didn't ask. I didn't know what the rules were on foul language. So if you have to bleep
I don't give a fuck. No, you're good.
All right.
Just to put a button on that, when I was younger, I was a big WCW fan. I actually got to meet.
I'm sorry.
I got to meet DDP. And I actually got to be, I was actually put in the diamond cutter and had a picture taken. That was like
that's
exciting
awesome.
Days.
My favorite real wrestling interaction. My dad worked for the airline, and we were flying, I think, to Disney or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on a plane, and half of the WWF at that time stable just jumps on the plane. And, Macho and Elizabeth just walk right past me and take a seat a couple rows back behind. And sitting directly across the aisle from me was a wrestler who almost nobody will remember. Outback Jack. And I was sitting there practicing card tricks, and he was watching, and all of a sudden he's like asking me to wait, do that again. So I'm like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, something like that. And he's asking me to do card tricks. And when it was over, I waited around because I wanted to say hi to Macho. And I walked up, and there'd just been these fights with Ricky Steamboat. And my brain wasn't working, and I reached out my hand and held it over the seat, and I was like, "Aren't you the Macho Man Ricky Savage?" And he goes, "No. Aren't you glad you didn't shake my hand?" And he gets up and walks off, and I'm like, I'm a kid, and I'm just heartbroken. And Elizabeth just grabs me on the side, and yes, he is. He's just in a mood, and walks off. And I was like, yeah, it was fun.